with getting the golden cape has been extending an extra week, I decided I'll be able to make a couple money-making guides about it, as I have been getting some comments on going over some better depth on how to AFK while making money. And for that, you want to make sure to go to the grinding strings south and toggle effect at the wise old man and hit option 2 for the golden consignment. You will get a icon on your buff bar on how many days are left from when you claimed the buff, not when you pretty much completed the event. It's when you claimed the cape. And for that, I'll be going over how to AFK cows. Yes, that's right, cows. You're able to AFK them. So let's make our way to the Taverley Lodestone. For the items needed, you will need a Mystic Air Staff, which is just a level 40 magic weapon that provides unlimited air runes, and maybe some magic bonus. So I have like the Ceradomin Hiss, although that does require 70 magic. You can also use like Amulet of Glory or Power. Now the most important item you will be needing is the Combat Training Dummy. So this will not benefit Iron players. For the action bar, I have Greater Chain, but don't worry, the basic chain works. It's just I have asked the JMods to make a way to kind of degrade some abilities so that content creators are able to make proper guides on like the standard action bar, the immediate, and then the expert. I do have Dragon Breath, and I did actually buy Corruption Blast, which is extremely expensive and it does require 70 magic. That is the highest of them all. So let's go north of the Taverley Lodestone. Go to settings. And then go for item drops, loot system, and make sure your area loot is enabled. Now for players that do have 108 archaeology, they're able to benefit from this a little bit more, as you'll have access to the Death Note Relic, which notes all bones that we do get. And just in case you do want bones, make sure to go to Tool Belt, the Cog, Bone Crusher, and uncheckmark bones. Now that we're here, one final thing, and that'll be right clicking the Combat Train Dummy to configure, and you'll want to choose option 2 for melee, and then only deploy one. Afterwards, deploy the dummy, and we'll be going east. Right here, 2 tiles from the pen, and now we attack the melee combat dummy. Since we are using magic on a melee dummy, it will be impossible to kill the dummy, in which case the dummy will last for a whopping 10 minutes. But just remember that the logout timer is still 5 minutes currently. And then right here, just attempt to pick a cowhide, go back to your tile, and then re-click the dummy, as opening the loot interface does cancel your actions, which is pretty good to know, and I'll be theory crafting a couple mechanics and methods to make this very good. Now, you can hit the spacebar button or loot all, and because we have the golden buff effect, it will automatically bank the raw beef and the raw cowhide, which means the only thing you have to do is pretty much for the notes, like magic note paper for the bones, although I've been doing this for a long time. In fact, I got about 29,000 kills of these cows, and I'm collecting all the materials for necromancy, as these bones might be needed to craft the bone runes. That does require 1 rune crafting. Now, using this setup and sometimes my chain will splash, so don't worry. This is from a couple hours of testing, and on average, I was able to get about 1.8 thousand kills an hour. And if you're only collecting the raw beef and the raw cowhide as the unlimited border effect works, you will get on average of 2.2 mil GP just from those two items. Now, if you do have 108 archaeology for the Death Note relic, you will be collecting the bones as well, which increases your GP per hour by up to 600k additional, which means AFKing cows is 2.8 mil GP per hour now. I was doing this when bones were about 700 coins and the raw beef was pretty much double the price, in which case I was getting nearly 4 mil an hour just AFKing these cows. Granted, you do need 6 combat training dummies, as again, they do last 10 minutes at a time. And yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it's pretty easy and relaxing, and you can do this pretty much at any level. Granted, you do need those training dummies. You are able to make, through invention, the other type of combat dummies. However, those will last a minute regardless. These dummies last 10 minutes, which, in my opinion, is what makes this the best method. And there is a couple other uses you are able to get out of the training dummy by just not killing it. With that, thank you all so much for watching this fairly low-level money-making guide that people have been asking for, and this is for how to AFK cows. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you do have any other suggestions that you would like me to make guides on, or how to theorycraft on how to AFK this, because I know no one in the world has thought about how to AFK cows. And enjoy the rest of your day.